He gasped in surprise as a hand firmly grasped his forearm and yanked him forward into the house. It wasn't a delicate caress he could only hope for in his dreams. He nearly stumbled, his eyes shooting open. Widlowski blinked in surprise and took in the modest but tasteful house that spread out around him. It was a strange mixture of heavy, dark furniture with brighter, more contemporary additions that gave it a bit of life and style. Something the rest of the house sorely needed. Barely a moment later, Beata reached past him and slammed the door behind them, while he stared down at her with big, doe eyes. She was still breathtaking, and her mere presence captivated him. Until he took in the expression she wore, an expression of anger and confusion that had him shifting uncomfortably in the entryway of her home. Forgetting every word he had thought about over and over again on the long flight, he massaged his forearm released from her grip.
Ooh, you haven't changed a bit through all these years.
Yes, I have. What the hell are you doing?
I was serenading you.
Oh, God. Stop it. Stop right now.
Stop what?
Whatever that was. What if the neighbors saw you?
The neighbors? It's me, Widlowski.
Oh, I know who you are. How did you get here?
I found your address at the post office.
That's not what Just showing up to...
Serenade you?
Serenade? Jesus, oh no, Christ. What on earth are you doing here?
Widlowski noticed she used that same old joke as Ladislav, the one they thought they invented about John all those years ago, using his middle name, his misunderstood quote about Jesus, and his fascination with Yoko. The fact that Beata used this joke gave him strange encouragement that despite tense words, she kept a bit of the old history within her mind. He straightened up and squared his shoulders. He didn't know how long Haritonov was going to be gone, and if he only had this one chance, he had to make the most of it. Even if she were glaring daggers at him.
A concert, a reunion, to finish our last show. Remember, one where...
I remember.
And you, well, you're a part of that. I thought...
It's been years since I've... And the guys agreed to perform again?
Who cares about... oh yeah, of course. Ladislav is in.
Ladislav's never met a bad idea he didn't love. But why? Why now?
Widlowski hesitated, the words on the tip of his tongue. Abby's infectious encouragement had led him here, not to mention a disastrous suicide attempt. On top of Drug's death, there were any number of reasons he could name for being here, but they were all too deep, too raw, too personal.
It just came to me. Better late than never.
Sometimes never is so much better than late. I need you to go. I can't handle whatever this is. And if you want to talk to me again, you need to call me. You can't just show up. Not after...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Beata opened the door and Widlowski had to leave. She started to close it, but he put up his hand.
Tomorrow, on that bridge, at 7, just to talk.
It's just...
I'll be there. You can come or not, but I'll be there.
Goodbye, Widlowski.
She shut the door. Widlowski slowly walked away, looking down. Widlowski looked up, squinting. It was Haritonov.
What are you doing here?
Widlowski stared at him, years and years of anger and resentment rising behind his eyes. But Haritonov just smirked.
Go ahead. Have it. Give me the dressing down I deserve. I'm sure you've been practicing.
Widlowski clenched his fists, but seemed unable to find his way to a sentence.
No? Haven't been giving it much thought these past decades?
I thought about her every day all my life.
Funny. You've barely crossed my mind. Hers too.
Widlowski took a step towards Haritonov, grabbed his jacket lapels, and shook him violently.
That's not true. You don't know that.
It used to be my job to know things.
Haritonov brushed away Widlovsky's hands and examined the lapels of his jacket.
I did a very cruel thing a very long time ago, but that's gone. Now I work at the Import-Export Bureau. We're around the corner from KZB headquarters. Just FYI. My wife is a school teacher, and you live far, far away. The 3 people who were standing on that platform, they are all dead now.
No, you stole my life. And I don't know, maybe I'll let you steal it. But now I want it back.
Do know? Maybe? You do know exactly that you had the last chance to step back and stay with her. Let me tell you what you pretend you don't know. You really thought I'd put that reunion condition in the official ledger? I just put a documentation typo. Could have been resolved in a couple weeks.
Widlovsky looked stunned, yet jumped ahead trying to hit him, but Haritonov caught his fist in midair.
What's done is done. She and I have a home together, a family. Trust me, leave her alone before you make a fool of yourself. Again.
She doesn't love you.
I can live with that. All you need is love. Ba ba da ba ba. All you need is love.
Haritonov walked towards his home, stopping his horrible singing.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Also, I made some calls, and it turns out there was a minor error made at passport control. Your travel visa expires in a few days. Have a safe flight home.
Widlovsky opened the door to Ladislav's apartment, sighing heavily, only to stop short just inside the entryway. He met Ladislav's gaze, who now sat at his kitchen counter, incredibly still. A spoonful of ice cream hovering inches from his mouth, a nearly empty container next to him, and another one sitting untouched just beside it. Widlovsky simply blinked a few times when Ladislav slowly, overly dramatically, moved the spoon closer to his lips and took a bite before he set the spoon down, clasped his hands in front of him, and looked over Widlovsky from head to toe, tut-tutting like a mother hen before he chuckled with dry amusement.